Hello, this is Jonathan with KnowledgeWare, and in this video we're going to go over some tips and tricks for getting a glimpse into your company's safety performance using Simply Safety. There are many ways in Simply Safety to use your injury data. You may be used to looking at them something like this, a list on the screen. But today we're going to look at some quick tips on interpreting this data in a more useful manner using Power Graphs. We're going to go over 3 different settings that will give you a better idea of trends in your company's safety performance. Now here we have Power Graphs open with the default settings, graphing all injuries by month in a 3-year period. We're going to look at 3 different settings for the Group By and Stack By drop-downs. The first we'll look at is we will leave the Group By as month and change the Stack By to year. Now what that's done is it's taken our injury graph and broken down each month into the individual 4 years. Now looking at this graph you can get an idea of a few trends. One that's fairly obvious is the beginning of 2009 wasn't a particularly good period of time for injuries. You'll see here in January, February, March, and April there were quite a few injuries. One other thing we can see here is that 2008 wasn't a particularly good year either. There's quite a few injuries in each month. And lastly, you can see here that 2011 is a pretty good year. There's only a few of the yellow bar graphs. Now the second setting we'll look at is we will leave the Stack By as year. We're going to change the Group By to job title. Click the Create Graph button. Now that's taken that same data but divided it up by the different job titles that I have in my database here. And again, you can get some trends. One of them here is that in 2009, that particularly bad year, most of those injuries were the clerical and driver job titles. Those were the people that were involved in the majority of the injuries. Now the third setting we'll look at is we're going to change the Group By to year and the Stack By to department. Click the Create Graph button. Now what this has done is it's broken down that same set of data into the individual departments for each year. Some trends we can see here: the shipping and warehouse department, they seem to be the worst for the amount of injuries. 2010 doesn't have any shipping injuries, but it does have lots of warehouse. And if you compare that to 2011, you can see that it has lots of shipping but no warehouse injuries. Now data like that would be useful for scheduling things like safety inspections. You may want to try to determine why 2011 has so many shipping injuries, yet 2010 has none. Now with all these graphs that we've generated, you always have the Save button here on the screen where you can save the graph as an image. You can use that in your next PowerPoint presentation or email or safety meeting. So today we've looked at 3 different settings here in Power Graphs to look at trends in your company's safety performance. One was graphing all injuries grouped by month and stacked by year. The second we looked at, we changed the Group By to job title. And the last one that we did here, we looked at year stacked by department. And as you can see on the screen here, there are a lot more options you can play with in Power Graphs. There's a lot more things you can do with this portion of the program. If you do want to watch more videos like this, look under Setup at the How To Movies link in Simply Safety. And if you'd like to contact us, you can use the phone number or email address on the screen. Thanks for watching.